Hi, it's Mariah again. Just back for another video. Um, Today's video is gonna be um, yeah, it's one of those videos that I didn't want to do. I don't even know if I'm ready to do. Just to be perfectly honest. Um, but I didn't get a chance to um, do like my story with my family. Just kind of like how we met and our family dynamic and all that stuff. I didn't get a chance to do that yet. Um, and we're going to. But yeah, we're going to, but I felt like I needed to um, do this video today, just to hopefully it'll be an encouragement to somebody. So one of the things I wanted to talk about was so at times I got tissue, just bear with me. Desire, all of those things I never got to do yet. But I never got to talk to you guys about what we were believing for and what we wanted and desired as a family. Me and my husband, we have one little one, Bella, so far. And we definitely want to grow our family and all of those things. And we had experienced 2 miscarriages after having our little one, who is 4. But, we there was one miscarriage that happened during the time that we had opened our business. So it was a brick and mortar, a boutique that we have. And we opened that, and it was right at the height of the pandemic. So here I get pregnant. Wasn't expected, but we ended up losing the baby before I got to the second trimester. And then there was another one that happened at the beginning of the year in 2021. And so 2022, I kind of wanted to stay clear of that. But in 20... I just kind of wanted to stay clear of that. And I remember I was listening to a woman whose name is Tiffany Montgomery, Prophet Tiffany Montgomery. And she was talking about something, and I can't even remember what she was talking about, but it was so powerful. And I remember I had did a treatment on my hair, and so I was like cleaning out the shower because it was some type of treatment I made, and so it was like mess everywhere. And I had this, I feel like this Holy Ghost resolve or something on the inside of me that declared, I will have my baby this year. So little did I know, a couple days after that, I found out that I was pregnant. So that's like really exciting, really awesome. I told my husband, he was really excited. One of the things that my little one always prays for is she's like, God, I pray for a baby brother and a dog. She always wants a dog. She wants the baby brother. And so we had told her, and so she was excited, but she didn't really get it because she's the only kid. She's never seen me pregnant before. She's seen other people pregnant, but it's still not the same as your mom. So, but then I was like, let's stop saying it to her because I don't want her to tell other people. I want, I kind of want to, based on what's happened before, I kind of want to just be careful. And so I waited a little while, and then there were a few people that I did tell, because I was like, I'm not going to walk in fear. I'm going to declare that this baby is going to be fine, that everything is going to be, great. And so from the beginning of my pregnancy, I had bleeding. Now with Bella, I had no bleeding. but with each of the miscarriages, I had bleeding. And so I'm like, I know what I see, but I'm not going to be moved. Sorry, here again. I'm not going to be moved by what I see. I'm going to trust God, right? Because I looked up other people's, I heard other people's testimonies. I looked up other people's testimonies on them seeing blood and other things, even in the process of miscarrying, and how the Lord reversed that. And so I'm really excited and stuff like that. And, I'm just kind of like, just very excited. My husband's excited. I have this love for this person that I never met, and I really believed it was my son, because I believe that, at least one of I believed that I was going to be having a boy this year. And so, our little one's praying, always praying for a brother and all that stuff, and super cute. But so I'm like praying and believing. The blood starts to continue. And then there were some days where there were clots that would come out in the toilet. And I'm like, I know what I see, but this is what I'm believing God for. And so I'm just telling you, early on, it would do it a little bit and then stop. And so then it would start back up. And when I laid in the bed and I just kind of put myself on a little bit of a bed rest, it did better. And then I remember there was one day where there was so much, for me, it was a lot of bleeding and clots and stuff that went into the toilet. And I was telling my husband, and because I kept taking pregnancy tests here and there, and they were still positive. I'm like, okay, we're contending for this baby. We're believing for this baby. And I remember we had like all night prayer at church, and I was like just praying and trusting the Lord, and just, I had brought my little one with us. We had brought our little one with us, and it was just like prayer from like 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. And we didn't stay that long because it was just too much for her. But we stayed for some hours, and I was just contending. And then the next day on Saturday night, I was like, I don't want to, because my husband's like, well, we don't want to keep taking pregnancy tests and out of fear. And I agreed with that. I didn't want to take pregnancy tests or do certain things out of fear, right? But I wanted to be, aware of what was going on, and just pray towards that, and, just still make sure. So I take the test on Saturday, a few days ago, and it showed that I wasn't pregnant. And so I went to the store to get a box of a few of them, and so it had like 3 of them in there. And so, I took the first one, and it shows that I'm not pregnant. But I was like, well, maybe, I didn't have a lot of urine, so maybe, I'm just thinking maybe, it's wrong. So I'm gonna wait a little while, and then I'm gonna drink a lot of water and wait a little while, take a second one. And so I wait, and I wait, and I take a second one, and it's it said that that I wasn't pregnant. And I remember just being like, stunned and confused, because I know, I know I heard I heard God that I will have my baby, you know? And I'm like, maybe, this is one of those things where they can't detect it, and something is still in there. And I remember like later that day, and I was to tell my husband, and he began to hug me and hold me, and I didn't even cry. I was just quiet because I'm just like, you know, I had already started to imagine this person in my life, and this is the third time. It's already started because I had this confidence in this, this peace, right? So I already started to plan this person in my life, and believing it was my son, and my baby's gonna have a sibling, she's not gonna be by herself, you know. And it was like, you know, it was, I remember, it was like this happiness and joy that I had, like, shattered. And I was doing something in the kitchen, and then I couldn't take it, and I just cried and wailed, and that cry where somebody's crying from like the pit of their stomach. That type of cry that is just unexplainable. And I know that I just cried and cried and cried, and I was so angry. And I was hurt, and I just didn't understand. I just didn't understand. And I'm like asking God, like, what in the world? Like, what in the world? Like, this is not what you said. I know what you said. Did I miss it? Did I do something? Did I do something wrong? Are you upset? And this is me processing it. So these are all emotions that I've had, and this happened just a few days ago. So I'm still grieving this person that I planned in my life. I'm grieving, I'm thinking, I'm carrying the promise. I'm carrying the promise. So I'm mad. I'm like, I can't even pray. I'm so mad. So mad. And I'm like, Lord, did I do something wrong? Did I not read enough scripture? Did I not, say the right thing? Did I not contend the right way? Did I not, like, all of these emotions, right? When you don't understand, right? And you're trying to figure it out, and you don't know what the answer is. And you're just mad. You're mad, you're hurt. I'm like, I let down my baby. I let down my husband, and my husband didn't even say that. My little girl doesn't even remember, but she prays about it like every day in her prayers about this sibling, And I was so happy to be able to tell her, that she's gonna get one. She's gonna be a big sister. And I'm like, so I told a few people, and they were praying for me because I couldn't even pray for myself. I was so mad. I tried. I would be like, Lord, I trust you. I don't understand what's going on, but I trust you. And then I would be angry. And then he's my father. So he knows that I'm hurt. I can be angry. but I'm not going to allow my heart to be hardened. And I'm like, I don't even know if this is too soon for me to do a video. But I'm like, if this is going to help somebody, then I was like, I'm just going to do it anyway because this happened and I didn't want to do another video. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to be around anybody. I had to go to school with my baby today. That's why I'm even dressed. And I'm like, at times at her school, I was going to cry. Like, I had tears in my eyes. I had to keep choking it back so my baby didn't see me, so other people didn't see. And I'm like, Lord, I don't understand this. I do not get it. I do not get it. You know, but I know you said, I know you said you wouldn't withhold any good thing from us. And I don't know. I don't know if something was wrong with the baby or if I didn't contend enough. I don't know. You know, I was like, you know, I just try to like, you know, process everything, you know. But I'm like, what I refuse to do, even though I don't have the answer, even though I don't understand, I refuse to allow my heart to be hard. Because I'm like, I don't have an answer. And I'm asking you, what's the answer? Sometimes when you're going through it, you're not thinking about other people. You're not thinking about how to help other people. And I think talking about it is helping me. Because if I don't say anything, I get more angry and mad. And I want to shut down, you know? And so even though I'm still processing everything, I still believe God, right? I still believe God. I still trust God. I'm like, this is raw emotion. This is a few days. I couldn't even go to church. I was like, I would just be bawling in the back. I had to watch online. I tried to, I couldn't do it. I tried to go to night service, couldn't do it. You know, hopefully I can go until Tuesday by the time this is I don't know. I don't know if I can do it. Because I don't want people to ask me a bunch of questions, you know? I'm still trying to process how I feel and still read this. I don't understand, you know? I know the Bible has things to say about women being fruitful and how it's a blessing and all of this other stuff. And I can't even think of any of the verses right now. But I know that he doesn't withhold any good thing from us. And I don't know why this happened. I don't. But I'm going to keep sharing with you just the process, like me processing it, what the Lord is saying, what the Lord is doing in my life. And hopefully it will be an encouragement to you. This is definitely not easy. I know people who went all the way through and then their baby died in their arms, and I can't even imagine how that is. But even in a situation like mine, it still matters. Because at first I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be crying because other people had it worse. No, you cried. It's still a death. It's still your baby. That baby that you planned in your life, that was a part of you and your husband. It's still your baby. You cry. You talk to God about that because it's still an experience you had. You don't not have feelings because somebody had it worse than you. You know what I'm saying? And I feel for the moms who did. I know people that happened to. And I can't even imagine. But I also know that it's important for me to grieve. This is important also. It's important for me to grieve. It's important for me to talk about it. It's important for me to talk to the Lord about it, to talk to my husband about it, you know, to figure out what God is doing. And he may tell me now, he may tell me later. I don't know. You know, so if you see this, you know, definitely be praying for me. But I know that there's a miracle that's going to be birthed out of this. I don't know what it is or when or whatever, but just keep following and you'll see. I know you will see the power of God in my life. I know you will see joy that doesn't make any sense. That he will give me joy. He'll give me peace. Well, the Bible talks about that passes all understanding. You know, his joy, his peace. So that's what I'm believing for. And I know he's going to give me that. I'm his daughter. I don't understand why this happened or, you know, if he allowed or, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I go back and forth with being angry. I go back and forth with not understanding. But it's like being mad at him, wondering about what I did, wondering about if the enemy stole, if I allowed the enemy to steal my baby. Like all of these things, I'm just thinking like what and how, and you know, and I don't know. I don't know. So I go back and forth with crying. I go back and forth with just feeling different things, but I will not let, however I feel, I will not let that deter me from believing in God, from trusting in God. He is still my Father. He still sits on the throne. He is still glorified. Even when it hurts, even when I don't understand, he is still glorified. He is still glorified. Jesus is still, I still believe in God. I still believe in Jesus. I still believe. And I know that God's going to get the glory through all this. I know that he's going to get the praise through all this. I know the Bible talks about weeping endures for a night, but joy comes in the morning. And I'm like, I know it's not going to always feel like this, you know, but these are my few days ago this happened. So I'm still, like I said, processing. I did not want to do this video at all. At all. But I know that it's going to help me because now it's a video of me saying I'm going to trust the Lord. So when I get angry and I watch it again, it's a reminder to trust the Lord. If somebody else is going through something, I can sympathize. It may not even be the same thing, but just showing them, no, you can trust the Lord because there's going to be a miracle. There's going to be a miracle that's going to come out of this. I don't know when. I don't know how, when. I don't know. But I'm going to trust the Lord, you know. So send this. I know I'm like crying and all this. I'm sorry, this hair is in my face again. But, you know, send the video to somebody, you know, that needs to hear encouragement. Maybe they went through something similar or, you know, whatever. I don't know. But we need to hear other people's testimonies, you know. when we hear people testify, not keeping your testimony on the inside, but even if it's a process, right? We still need encouragement. The Bible says they overcame by the word of blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony. Yes, he shed his blood for me, but honey, somebody got to testify. Somebody got to talk about it. That's how we heard about all the miracles. Why? Because somebody testified. Somebody wrote them down. And so even right now, I'm waiting for the other half or the part of this story. You get to experience it with me. You get to, sorry, this piece of hair. You get to see it, So, I want to hear other people's testimonies. I want to hear good things that God's doing in your life. Write it in the comments, share this with somebody, send it to somebody. We need to be praying, we've seen revival all over the world. God is healing and changing people's lives. My babies, besides the kid I got, I am going to have my baby this year. I'm still saying it. I am. My kids are going to be kids that are on fire for God. They are. So that's it. So I'm just gonna I'm just gonna go ahead and end it. I just pray that God watches over you and your family, that He blesses you. I pray that this was a blessing and an encouragement to you. This actually helped me, even though maybe you may think, oh, you weren't ready for this yet, but this is still an encouragement to me as well, just to speak. The enemy wants you to be sad and quiet. This is an encouragement to me as well, to speak. The enemy wants you to be sad and quiet. He wants you to be too mad and hurt to tell nobody nothing, or not to call on the name of Jesus, or not to call on God to help you when you don't have the answers. Because, honey, I don't have no answers yet. But I'm not going to stop reading this. I'm not going to stop talking to him. It was hard for me to talk to him yesterday, but guess what? I had people praying for me and talking to him on my behalf. Even when at times I was angry and I was talking to him from a place of hurt and anger. He's my dad. He understands that, But I'm like, I still love you, God. Like, I will not turn my back. Like, I will not stop trusting God, He's still God. He's saved me from so much. He's protected me from so much. And even though right now this is something I don't understand or get, So, subscribe if you haven't, share it with a friend. Definitely appreciate you. I definitely appreciate you. Continue to follow and let's grow this channel. But I'm going to post more about this and about what God is doing. And then there'll, of course, be videos where my husband will be on with me as well, along with our little one. So, you'll get to hear from them and stuff like that. So it won't always be me, but I figured I needed to do this one by myself, and just why I had the nerve to do it. I couldn't wait till my husband got home, because then I wouldn't do it. So I was just like, let me just do it, But anyways, I love you guys, and like and subscribe, and thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.